Hey guys, Jason Scudler here with Classic Truck Performance, and behind us is our Project F100. We've done quite a few things to it, but the last video we did, we put the 200R4 transmission in there, and we finally got to a point where I couldn't go any further because of the way the throttle linkage was. The exhaust had to be done, so we got that all finished up, but now I went out to Lokar and we got a proper pedal and cable. That way we can get all the linkage hooked up right, including that TV cable. That's one thing you don't want to mess around with. If you don't have proper line pressure, you'll burn your transmission up. So the whole goal today is get everything installed, get the car to shift, get it on the road, have some fun. To do this right, the TV cable needs to be down here. That way when you're giving it throttle, it's pulling on that, giving the transmission line pressure. Well, the way the Ford set this up is it's a push system. It's pushing the throttle open instead of pulling it. So we're gonna get rid of all this craziness here and just put a nice little gas pedal in there with the cable, and we'll come to the top right here with the cable, and then we can actually properly mount our TV cable. So let's remove all this old stuff because we don't need it. Okay. There you go. All right, out with that old stuff. Now let's go inside the truck and get the rest of the throttle out. All right, now it's funny, as I look in here, this pedal, it's seen better days. The casting broke on it, and I didn't even notice it when I was driving it before. There we go. That's the old pedal. So, okay. I need something to go through here to mark it. So the cool thing about this pedal, one, it's really nice, but you can adjust this. So if you don't have enough throw on it, you can bring it back, bring this lever forward or backward. Just all depends on where you need it. So what we know how to do is find a good location for it. But we also got to remember we're working with stuff up here. Right here is where the tunnel kicks out, and we don't want that on the tunnel area. Thinking something like that would look pretty good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit more. It's pretty easy. The arms are on splines. Then you can just take this off, and it's on splines. So I just want to bring it out like this a little more. Find that sweet spot. There you go. And if it's too much, we'll just go back and bring it in, but I think that's a good starting spot. This is our cable. It's going to be coming from the engine side in like this, but we want this hole to line up perfectly with this hole. That way your cable action's super smooth. If not, over time, if it's off, it will start chafing into here, which one, isn't good, but two, could get very dangerous because if it chafes in there enough, it could actually stick. So just make sure you take your time, mark it, and drill it centered, and you'll be good to go. I mark each side of the throttle like that, and then I mark where the hole is right there. That's pretty of that. Let me see what else I got. What if I try one of these smaller drill guns? You know, I'm gonna try a smaller drill gun with a, I know I'll try. 2 speeds, there we go. All right, let's see. I went to the second spot, should be about a quarter. Let's see, actually 5/16. I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of this off, that way we don't need that much thread, and all that's going to do is not allow the pedal to go closer to the firewall. I like to put this on here, then I'll trim it. Then as I pull that off, it cleans the threads. I'm going to bring it over to my Burr King though real quick and clean it a little nicer. Just want the cable sticking. There we go. That looks nice. All right, so what we're gonna do, we gotta get the cable cut to length. To show you how far that goes in there, it's got this little sleeve that will slide over it once you're done. And then it'll go into here like that. So you know where to trim it. Go. In. Okay. There's that. There you go. Okay. Feels nice and smooth. Awesome. That came off nicely. We're gonna put the kickdown or the TV cable. All right. There, pops into place. Now to set this properly, what you're gonna do is wide open throttle. And then you're gonna pull the TV cable out. It's kind of hard to do by yourself, but I got it. Like that. Okay, you don't do that properly, you lose line pressure or low pressure and you will burn up the transmission. Right there. Man, that cut nice. There we go. Okay, don't forget to put your return springs back on. There. Stay out here and I'll go back. I'll go in there and see if it works. All right, go ahead and put our drive shaft in. We had this made up. Perfect. Just like it should. We got this kit right here. It's a GM shift linkage. Hopefully this will get us from our transmission up to our stock column, which we're gonna use right now. And yeah, let's go for it. So go ahead and put the spline. So this has splines on it. That way you can clock this however you need to. Kind of just like our throttle pedal. There you go. But there's park, just double check. Park it is. I may want even to go up more. Again, we're just gonna have to fine tune it. So let's get the truck down because I gotta figure out which one of those. This used to be a 3 on the tree truck. So the column actually is 3 on the tree. But I think we can get this to work until we upgrade to a different column. This rod end just threads on. I'm gonna stick it in the middle. That way I still have adjustment both back and forth on there. And then this one, once you get your rod to cut to length, we'll slide over, lock down the set screws and you'll have it there. But it also has a little bit of adjustment in it too. All right, let's see what that does underneath. Okay, I'm gonna put a bend about right here in it. Something like that. Talking about luck, I'll take it. Wow, that was awesome. Go ahead and mark it right there. Like that. Look at that. Okay. Everything looks good. Nothing's hitting, nothing's rubbing. It's super smooth. I like it. What do we got to do next? We've got to fill the transmission up with oil. Drive shaft's done. Throttle's done. TV cable's done. And now our shift linkage is done. So put some oil in the transmission. I've already filled up the converter before I installed it. So we'll put 4 quarts in, fire it up. It's probably gonna take another 4 after that, but we'll check it as we go. All right, that's 4. Go ahead and start it up, see what happens, and we'll check it. All right, see if we can get this thing to move under its own power. All right, let's go outside. We're gonna check the trans fluid again so I can let it run a little bit. Well, let's hope it shifts. Here we go. First, second. Oh yeah, 3rd gear. Look at that. I don't even know what gear. Let's make sure that's neutral. Yep, okay. Take it out of overdrive. Now we're in 3rd. TV cable's working great. It just downshifted. Wow, that feels good. Got a half tank of gas, man. We can go somewhere. So that's not too bad, you know. Day's work, a couple days work since we waited for some parts, and we had to change out a few things like the throttle and the linkage. Got rid of all that old throttle linkage, which was no good for what we were doing. But now I feel good because the truck's downshifting like it should. You know, so we've done AC in this thing. Now we got an overdrive transmission, no more 3 on the tree. It's getting more and more comfortable to drive. We do have some more things coming up. I think the next thing we're gonna do is a tilt column with power steering. That will definitely help us out. One, we're gonna have a quicker steering ratio, and 2, we'll have power steering. But man, I couldn't be happy with this. So again, you know, we went with the 204R transmission from Phoenix Automatic Transmissions, and man, it's nice to drive. So we just finished installing that 204R transmission into our F100, and boy, am I happy. The thing was smooth, no more shifting, no more 3 on the tree, no more clutch. We got AC, and we got an automatic transmission. A couple things that helped me out with that transmission are some of Harbor Freight's tools. I'd like to talk about their ratcheting wrenches. Here's our full-length ones, here's our stubby ones. The gearing's really precise and smooth. Do both reverse and forward on them, or flip them. They got the little bit of an angle on them, so for those hard to reach places. So I really did like the wrenches. And then, of course, I had one hole underneath the dash that the 20-volt drill from Harbor Freight just couldn't get in there, a little too big, so went to the 12-volt. This is the Hercules line. Use a unibit in there, and it actually, very lightweight, very small, easy to get on the dash, drill that hole. So if you want to learn more about this build and others, go to classictruckperformance.com.